The elevator pitch for what I've built here is pretty simple. Are we all sick of hipsters that sort of go, oh, I knew the band before they were popular, and now I don't like them because they're popular? So what that really is about is there's no reward out there for being an early fan whatsoever, other than you can get rid of your fandom earlier than most because, you were first. So, but this is quite stupid, actually, that there is no reward for someone to be an early fan, especially when it comes to art and things that we consume. The simple reason is if you're consuming it, if it's art, it really only sells through word of mouth, right? You can't sell a book or you can't sell a movie if the word of mouth is terrible. And you can ask anyone who's made these terrible movies with their, multi-million-dollar marketing budgets, they might as well have burnt it all because it's not going to work. Once you get bad publicity and once the bad word of mouth starts spreading, the whole thing generally tanks. Now, what a lot of this has to do with is the actual structure of royalty contracts. So what I wanted to do was test if a book about Bitcoin can be sold by word of mouth from artists who love Bitcoin in order to earn Bitcoin. So pretty simple formula. And what I came up with was what we can call a tokenomic formula. So it's the sales times 50% of future sales times the percentage of THC, which is the percentage of total held coins. So all you really want to do at that point is know how much of my coin someone has so they know how to pay them. I know how much I owe them in either stablecoin or fiat or Bitcoin. So what it really comes down to is royalty contracts themselves are quite broken. The way it works today in the publishing industry is the publisher actually owns the copyright of the intellectual property, of the art itself, right? Now you as an idiot creator is sitting there earning a royalty, you dumb moron. And the thing they did was they got rid of all of these services that they used to add. That was like, having your book at the front of the bookstore because people would see it and buy it, or good strong editing, or good strong distribution. Now they don't actually provide that anymore. If you're lucky, the publishers, whether it's in music or books or anything else, will give you about, it's really more like 5 to 10% of sales, right? It's not more than that. They give you a bit of a book advance, but you're on the outside. Now, the world really has two royalty contracts which have scaled. There's the publishing one, and the other is the oil and gas. Oil and gas is dead simple. I got some oil underneath me, please give me money, I will get the oil, I will bring it to market, then I will pay you a royalty. So that's more or less what I tried to do, is turn the publishing contract back into what we would see with oil and gas. So you basically just mimic the oil and gas offering, and you're able to use the intellectual property as the actual property that is paying royalties to people who backed it. So if this does work, you end up creating that cocktail where the first fans are rewarded for their fandom. And the first fans actually create a scenario where you don't have that hipster fake bragging anymore about being an early fan. You actually get other people who say, do you know how rich that person is? They were at the first concert of X. They were at the first concert of Y, which could be a total game changer. It could actually make consuming art and scouting art a full-time job for many, many people. Now, I did one other thing in order to, and this is something that actually Jody and the NFT cred guys opened my mind to, and that was how to distribute this. Because, there's a lot of programs out there that will allow you to launch a coin, and then you got to give them a bunch of money, and then you got to go sign up, and it takes forever, and it's hard to participate, and we're right back into what we've heard about today 100 times. User flow is very complicated, and onboarding new customers is equally a headache. So how do you do it? So I started playing around with the Amazon API. So I don't plan on selling the book for crypto on a crypto-only platform. I don't care about any of that. Selling it on Amazon like anyone else, distributing on Amazon like anybody else. But there's actually a very unique messaging service that you're allowed to access for Amazon sellers. And that's through the API. It's just the messaging service. So whenever you buy something on Amazon and you get that nice email that says, oh, come back in a month for this deal or that deal, you can actually distribute NFTs as just attachments and emails to anyone who buys the book. So I'm actually running the coin sale through Amazon without them having any idea what's going on and really staying within their terms of service. So the NFT itself, because it's not a fungible token, because it is a non-fungible token, might as well just be a rewards point or a loyalty point. So that's really all I'm trying to harness, is taking the Amazon distribution network and giving everyone who buys the book early these coins. Now, the cool thing about the way Amazon marketing works is it's simply an algorithm that rewards early sales. So the more early sales of a book you get, the more Amazon's marketing pushes it to readers. So by running the coin sale through Amazon, you're basically greasing the wheels of their own marketing algorithms and turning those marketing algorithms to your favor. Now, what I call these things are art. Artists, royalty tokens. And you can apply them to basically any creative work. Anything that someone is producing can be tokenized in this way in a really simple manner. And we often hear about crypto banks. We're gonna be, our first crypto bank is gonna open soon. I think it's a great idea. But if crypto banks are really only about debt financing and all these other stupid things that the rest of the world is stuck on, that's fine. That can work for mining rigs. That can work for all kinds of infrastructure. However, the thing I think most crypto people want is financing tools, the ability to capitalize their ideas and shorten that distance from the market from the idea to the marketplace. And that's really what this project is all about. It's all about people that can leverage finance tools themselves, get away from the 2017 boom in coins, which is we're going to create one coin, it's going to be for all creators, and it's going to be a market, and then it's going to trade in a secondary market. For my coins and for any art coin, any artist royalty token, you truly do not need any secondary trading. Whether it is tradable on a secondary market is fine, I don't care. I just don't need to focus on it because it's merely a tool that I use to find out how much money I owe you based on normal sales and normal distribution channels, which are the types of things one would imagine a crypto bank in the future offering to finance other people's ideas. So we're going to be offering tokens for the Japanese version of the book in the Japanese market through Rakuten, same formula. We'll be running them through Amazon for the English sale of the book. The royalties that I'm selling apply to all derivative products of the book, so that's audiobooks, that's graphic novels, that's all translations, any other licensing around the intellectual property. Do not confuse it with what Spencer Dinwiddie is doing about tokenizing someone's own abilities, or I'm not tokenizing myself or anything abstract like that. It really is just the piece of art being tokenized in a way that will allow anyone who is an early fan to have access, and anyone who's an early fan to be able to see the upside of that thing being successful. So incentivizing your fans to be actual promoters and marketers of the product. So that's about it. Yeah, these are just some of the details of the contract. If anyone has any questions about how to access this, how to launch your own royalty token, I'm around and happy to answer those questions.
We have time for one question. That was a really great presentation. Thank you. So you're actually using the Amazon API to give people a notification that would include a token. I love that. I'm glad we're working with you. I'm glad we're working with you. That's really cool. We have one question.
Hi, just wanted to ask, how do you monetize
Amazon.
these
No, sign up.
tokens?
Just buy the book. You'll get an email. Book's still about a month and a half away. Book's a month and a half away.
How do you monetize these tokens?
How do I monetize them?
Yeah.
I don't. I sell the book on Amazon. I take the money that I earn on Amazon for the book. If you have 1% of my coin, I take the fiat sales in cash. The coin that was created for me by the RSK folks is essentially a smart contract that merely queries the addresses of people who hold my coin. So mine is a hodl coin. You hodl it, you keep it with you so that I know how much I owe you, and then you just choose how to convert that into whatever you want, if you want a stable coin or if you want Bitcoin. I'm agnostic.